Airtake Mod Soldier here, and I am back to talk about Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 1, Episode 14, and my god am I happy! Fucking hell! That is an episode! A fucking exciting fucking lore. Bloody hell, I'm happy. That's all I fucking want from Star Wars. You make me happy, I buy, I spend, I watch, I'll fucking talk big about it. This was a great episode. And the reason is, it focuses on the fucking birth of the Empire, which I've been fucking asking for fucking ages. Biggest problem with this episode is, I'm pissed about the Kaminoans. They seem to be the dumbest people in the galaxy. For being the smartest people in the galaxy to create clones, but the dumbest people when dealing with the Empire. Unbelievable. But other than that, I love this episode. It was exciting. And it was great to see a returning character come back. I just could not believe how well this episode just went. It was non-stop, fun, action. And Omega was not a big issue. There a bit in here that you could kind of say is a bit, SJW. Yes, but you can forget it because the rest of the episode is just that damn good. I just love the lore they're bringing into the Star Wars galaxy as well, with the uniforms that they bring in. It's everything I want from an episode. I just wish they would... Listen, I'm not expecting every episode to be this amazing. I really ain't. But I'm expecting every episode to at least be entertaining. That's all I want. You entertain me, I'm happy. Not like last week's episode, which was an absolute pile of shit and a waste of my time. This is what I want. But I've done the whole non-spoilers. It's a great episode. You haven't watched it yet, go watch it. It's fucking great to watch. And I'm so happy. God, it feels good to like Star Wars, You don't always have to hate on it. Unfortunately, Kathleen Kennedy at the helm, something bad is going to happen soon. But who knows? Who knows? But I'm going to go into spoiler sections now. If you don't want to hear my spoiler sections, leave now. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We get Gregor back. It's great to see Gregor back. And oh my god, I just love the the lore that was brought into this episode. We see new stormtrooper. Well, we're seeing the evolution of the clone armor into the stormtrooper armor. I love this. I fucking loved that. And my biggest problem with this episode, and I don't want to get this out of the way because, I want to talk about the good stuff. I not really want to focus on the bad stuff. But the problem I have with this episode is the Kaminoans don't seem to have a plan for dealing with the Empire. Now, I've been thinking that the end episode of this series was going to be the Kaminoan uprising, and it looks like the Kaminoans have not had a fucking plan. They haven't got a clone army in the background that are just loyal to them, which seems to me the dumbest thing they could have done. Because at the end of this episode, the Kaminoan Prime Minister is arrested or murdered. I don't know, we don't really see it, but he has no plan. It was literally evacuate Kamino. Are you a fucking idiot? You have the Empire surrounding you with ships, and you didn't build your own army. So I am pretty pissed off about that. Because I just don't think a race that smart wouldn't hold back clones for themselves. Ugh. But other than that, I love this episode. Oh, God. But I'm going to start from the beginning. Let's go from the beginning. So the episode starts with Gregor running from stormtroopers. Pretty much, we don't see their helmets, we only see the shoes, and you kind of find out, yes, this is the evolution of Clone Wars armor into Imperial Stormtrooper armor. So he gets chased by dogs. He keeps dropping these things on the trees. Turns out they're signal beacons for Rex. He gets captured, and they take him back to a secret Imperial base. Rex then phones the Bad Batch to get them to help him rescue Gregor, and the Bad Batch agree, and they head off to Dora. I think that's what they called it, Dora. Tech tells them it's an empty planet. There's nothing really there. When they get there, Hunter, who's a tracker, he tracks what's happened there before they got there. He tells them that the stormtroopers chased Gregor and they've captured him, and he figures out that there's a secret base on the planet. So they head into the base, but they tell Omega to go wait on the ship because it's the right thing to do. And Wrecker goes with her to make sure she doesn't do what she usually does, which is jump in a mission halfway through. Echo, Tech, and Hunter head into the base. They start, looking around. They use some binoculars to see what's going on, and we see commandos. I think you have to call them Imperial commandos now. But we see the commandos back. I loved seeing the commandos back. We also saw the yellow commando uniform back as well. Great to see. And then we start, because when I first looked at the clones, they did look different. The clone trooper armor. So I was wondering, are we finally going to see the evolution of the armor? And yes, we finally did. Am I a big fan of it, of the new armor? It looks okay. I was worried that it was going to be looking annoyingly too close to First Order armor, which I would think would be ridiculous. But it wasn't. It looked okay. I was happy with it. I'm fine with it. So the team sneak into the base. We get our first look at the armor when Hunter's hiding around a corner. Echo slices into the computer, tells them this is a secret base, and they find the prisoner. It turns out to be Gregor. Gregor makes a joke to one of the stormtroopers to get him something to eat, but the trooper just calls him a traitor. Bad Batch arrive, knock him out, and then free Gregor. They then do this little fight scene with some stormtroopers. I'm so happy I'm calling them stormtroopers now. I'm just happy to finally see the Empire starting to come out, and we're seeing the evolution of the galaxy into the Empire, which again I've been asking for fucking ages. Gregor tells them what he's doing on this space. He's told them that he's there to train the new stormtroopers that are going to be replacing the clones. And then he tells, one of them takes their helmets off of one of the stormtroopers, and it's a normal human. So yes, they're starting to evolutionize into the human-only Imperial Stormtrooper army. Again, great to see. And Gregor makes a joke of, you'd have to be mad to stay with these lot. So that's what he's pretty much calling all the clone troopers that are still loyal to the Empire mad. Which I would agree with myself. I mean, if you are sticking with the Empire, you're obviously being replaced. The commanders don't like you or think you're less than human. I don't know why you'd stay loyal to that Empire. But they are, so there you go. They do a bit more fighting in corridors. Gregor gets hit, and they then find a way out of the base through. Oh no, they take a lift. They go up. Turns out there's a shitload of stormtroopers and a Imperial commando waiting for them. They shoot at the Bad Batch. They shut the door. They escape. They head into a room where Tech finds a way out using the ducts to get to this opening on the edge of a cliff, where they're going to call in for Wrecker to pick them up with a ship. Wrecker heads off with a ship. He gets there, and then we see all the Imperials get to their ships and fly off to stop them escaping. Once the ship gets there, a couple, Tech and Gregor, jump on the ship, but the ship then gets attacked by V-Wings. They then have to peel off and run off so they can defeat they don't get shot down, basically. There's a great scene with the V-Wings it was annoying not to see them in the Clone Wars Season 7 because, the V-Wing is basically it's basically the V-Wing is the evolution of, well, it's going to turn into the TIE fighter. Sorry, I'm a bit budged up here. But yeah, it's going to turn into the TIE fighter because the TIE fighter is based off the V-Wing. That's why it doesn't have a shield or, a hyperdrive, because the V-Wing doesn't have any of that. If you know Star Wars lore, that's where it comes from. So it was good to see that. I love the fact Wrecker was on the gun because he fires it in a weird way. He keeps putting his hand over the targeting system. I find that funny, but yeah, it was good seeing. He shot down a couple of V-Wings. They go back on another approach to get the rest of the team. When they get back, only Echo manages to jump on the ship, and they then have to peel off again and run away again because then a shitload of V-Wings attack them. Hunter then gets shot. Oh no, there was this funny scene with a Imperial commando. They grab him, take away his gun, throw him out in front of the opening, and then all the stormtroopers pretty much shoot him to shit. So that was pretty funny as well. Anyway, Hunter then falls down the mountain, which can't believe he survived it, but he did. He falls down the mountain. The ship's getting pretty much damaged. Omega manages to save the ship by hooking up the Gog droid to the system to give it shields again, but unfortunately that doesn't fully work because there's too many V-Wings and they're causing too much damage to the Bad Batch's ship. So Hunter has to tell them to abandon him and get somewhere safe, which I thought was actually... Listen, I did see it coming, but I still think it was a great scene. So they basically have to leave Hunter behind. You then get this great scene. We just see a lot of stormtroopers and a few Republic commandos, or Imperial commandos, sorry, with dogs. I thought it was a great scene to look at. But yeah, we then go back on Kamino, where the Empire pretty much figure out the Kaminoans' plan, which is pretty much to evacuate the planet. And that still annoys me. I'm starting to have serious doubts that the Kaminoans have a plan, like a serious plan. Because the Kaminoan uprising was a great storyline. Because of course the Kaminoans would have an army ready to fight back against the Empire. I mean, who would not keep their own personal army? You're making a bloody you're making clones that are going to be an army. Why would you not keep some for yourself, like the best ones? But I seriously doubt that. This show is going to do the Kaminoan uprising, which I think is absolutely stupid. But you never know; they may still do it. But I'm having serious doubts now. And I also don't understand how the Kaminoans didn't ever have an evacuation plan. Like, anyway, it's annoying, but there you go. And then the episode ends with a great scene between Hunter and Crosshair. It was a great scene between them. I can't wait for the next episode. It was just great to watch. I love the lore that's being created here. I love the new armor. You know what I'm going to say? I love the new armor, and I'm just happy to see that we're just seeing more of the Empire coming up. That's what I loved. See, if the Bad Batch just focused on the Empire and stopped this crap with being bounty hunters or whatever, this show would have been amazing. Every episode would have been amazing. Just to see the evolution of the galaxy turning into the Empire. That's all I would have wanted for this series. But we got what we got. But again, this was a great episode. I highly recommend it. You're just happy to like Star Wars. But that's my review. If you like my review, give it a like. If you dislike my review, give it a dislike. And if you do like my content, do think about subscribing. Hail the Phantom Menace, long live CG, and fuck SJW. Bye.